Garoua, a port city and the capital of the north region of Cameroon, lying on the Benue River. It borders Yola, the capital city of Adamawa State, Nigeria, with 171.1 kilometers, equivalent of almost a 5-hour road journey from Yola city. 3 languages are dominant here: French, Hausa, and Fulfulde. Historically, Garoua was established by the Fulani emir Modibo Adama in the first half of the 19th century, and to date, about 80% of its inhabitants are Fulani and Hausa, and quite a number are Nigerians. One of such is this 22-year-old Kano-born fashion designer who relocated to Garoua last year to eke out a living.
The business here is very good. We thank God there is so much business here you can do, and you can earn something for your better life. Yes, I visit Nigeria like 1 month or 2 months. I visit my family and see them. Yes, I can marry Cameroon girl because they are so beautiful and they have a good behavior.
What about Abdurrahman Issa, a motorcyclist, also from the northern parts of Nigeria?
We have been living and working here over the years, and at a point in time, I was in Maiduguri, but left there in fear of attack.
With a population of slightly above 2 million people, this city is developing in leaps and bounds with an outlook of northern Nigeria. Coincidentally, the newly renovated Rumde Ajah Stadium in Garoua hosted the Group D matches of the ongoing 2021 African Cup of Nations, where the Super Eagles of Nigeria belonged. Automatically, this developing city became a temporary home for Nigeria, Egypt, Guinea-Bissau, and Sudan, and all of the mammoth supporters and journalists. Nigerian journalists came in droves to cover the 2021 Afcon, preponderance of them by road through Yola, despite the official closure of Cameroon borders.
Peaceful city. For those of us that live in Lagos, do everything in Lagos. Being in a city whereby you do not even see anything close to a hold up, it's a reprieve.
They are nice people, even though Cameroon is not one of the most developed African countries, but I could see, traveling around Cameroon, you could see there's lights, stable lights, so that's for ease of doing business. If you want to do business here, there's constant electricity, and then the federal roads are well connected, they have good federal roads in Cameroon.
How much of culture shock came to play?
Yeah, the language barrier has been a huge problem for me. There was a day I stayed 15 minutes on the road trying to describe the stadium to the bike man. I had to bring out a paper and biro. I drew a post, I drew a ball, and the player still didn't understand it. It took me time to get someone who can at least speak English to explain to him. You go to the market, it's also the same thing. Communicating has been a big problem for me.
I experienced their food. It is just okay, but I would still prefer to eat my Nigerian food, what I'm used to.
It might surprise you that the standard of living in Garoua is on the high side.
We've allowed our currency slip to the point where it is basically almost 1-for-1 with the CFA. A couple of years ago, you can come here with 100,000 and live, and you get to change like 300. And the truth is, these prices of these things have been the same over time. The prices have not changed a lot. What has happened is the naira kept falling to the dollar, and invariably it affected how strong our naira is. You get, but the truth is, if we were earning here, we'll probably not say living here is very expensive.
Things are quite expensive here. I don't know if it's because of their currency or if it's because of the Afcon. But I think it's because of the currency, because if you look at it, they have 10,000 francs, and when I first came here, I was quite surprised, like which country has that kind of heavy denomination in one note. So you get to buy things and they're so expensive, the accommodation is expensive, everything is expensive here.
Covering a sports event in a pandemic era is not the easiest. COVID-19 tests before the start of each match for spectators and accredited journalists could be agonizing.
I'm getting used to it because this is the 5th time I'm doing the COVID test, so I'm used to it. It can be painful, but there's nothing we can do because without the test, you can't get into the stadium.
I don't want to experience this again in the future, as in coming to cover a tournament like the African Cup of Nations. I had a terrible experience here prior to the Egypt game when they said I tested positive. So I requested for a second test and it was negative. So since then, it has been negative.
Well, the economic benefits of an event like this, the African Cup of Nations, are quite enormous because this period, Cameroonians are doing business, making more money because there are many foreigners in their country. Some Nigerians are also using this avenue, this opportunity to also do business, perhaps because of the proximity of Cameroon to Nigeria. And one of such Nigerians is a 65-year-old man, Pa Emmanuel Aju, who is here selling Nigerian food. Behind me is that makeshift eatery where many Nigerians do come here, to eat, especially those that are yet to adapt to the Cameroonian food. They come here to eat.
I came with 100 pieces of Nigeria jersey, and also inclusive with Nigeria flag and Nigeria attires. I think the first match of Nigeria, they rushed me over and I sold everything. And I feel that my staying here, without having anything doing, I cannot be able to cope because of the cost of the living here. And moreover, the accommodations and the kinds of the food that they prepare here is not orderly good for we that came from other country to this country.
This goes for 500 naira. In Nigeria, it could be lesser than this, depending on where you're buying it from anyway.
I've been to Russia, I've been to Brazil, Ethiopia, and many other countries.
Culture, they say, is a way of life of a group of people. Where for people of Garoua, horse riding or horse race is an integral part of their culture. The Lamido of Gashiga, a suburb of Garoua, has invited us, foreign journalists, to come and experience their rich cultural display.
Off we went to Gashiga. Expectations were heightened as regards the horse festival.
Amadou Mustafa, Prince of the Emirate.
We were welcomed by the Prince and Chiroma of Demsa, Amadou Mustafa.
Enjoy this beautiful moment. We are playing our Afcon here in Garoua. Let's enjoy.
Gashiga specifically, it's a horse emirate because of horses that we are here today. They are the ones which helped our forefathers to come here. So even Garoua does the same thing. We share the same history. We thought there was no other way for us to celebrate this tournament holding in Cameroon because no one believed this tournament was going to hold. There was no other way for us to celebrate it other than the horse.
He opened the lead on the significance of this festival.
You had come before and now you see a very big difference. It has brought about roads, hotels. It has brought about many developments such as economic growth from the people. People have built restaurants and so many things that they could at least benefit from this tournament.
Different tribes, including Fali, are judged as the first inhabitants of Garoua, and Tipori all paid homage to the Lamido of Gashiga. Cotton Sport Football Club, based in Garoua, was not left out in identifying with the culture.
I'm so happy because, you know, if you travel, you will see many things. So today, I'm aware again that we have another culture in Africa.
Well, it's been a case of different strokes, you know, for different folks. You know, for some people, it's been a bitter experience, while for others, bitter-sweet experience. But one thing is constant: the people of Garoua, they have benefited greatly, you know, from this tournament, culturally, socially, developmentally, in fact, infrastructurally. Hotels were built just for this tournament. Roads, new roads were constructed. Roads were rehabilitated. Yes, and for the traders, they sold a lot, accommodating Nigerians. They really made a whole lot of money. So this has been my Garoua experience, and it's been Moses Ojewumi reporting from Cameroon for Ogun State Television.